We see it every day, so much so that we often take it for granted. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what if it just vanished? Not in a billion years, but right now. Poof. Gone. How long could we and everything else on Earth actually survive? It's a terrifying thought, but the science behind it is absolutely fascinating. Let's start with the very first moment. The sun disappears. What happens? Well, for the first 8 minutes and 20 seconds, absolutely nothing. That's how long it takes for light and gravity from the sun to reach Earth. So, for a little over 8 minutes, we'd be blissfully unaware, basking in the light of a star that no longer exists. Then, suddenly, darkness. Total, complete, and permanent darkness. The moon would vanish too, since it only shines by reflecting sunlight. The only light left would be the distant twinkle of stars, streetlights, and our own artificial sources. But the darkness is just the beginning. Simultaneously with the darkness, we'd experience a massive gravitational shift. Earth, which has been dutifully orbiting the sun at about 30 kilometers per second, would suddenly have nothing to orbit. It would fly off into interstellar space in a straight line, like a stone released from a slingshot. We wouldn't immediately feel this change in motion, just like you don't feel the speed of a car on a smooth highway. But we would now be a rogue planet, hurtling through the cold, empty void of space. What happens next is a race against time, a battle against the cold. Without the sun's warmth, the Earth's temperature would start to plummet. It wouldn't be an instant deep freeze, thanks to our atmosphere and the residual heat stored in the planet's oceans and core. But it would be fast. Within the first week, the average global surface temperature would drop to around 0 degrees Celsius, or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Within a year, it would be a bone-chilling minus 100 degrees Celsius. The surfaces of oceans and lakes would freeze over, creating a thick layer of ice. This ice layer would actually be a crucial insulator for the liquid water beneath, slowing down the freezing of the entire ocean. But on the surface, life would become impossible for most creatures. What about plants? Photosynthesis, the process that powers nearly all life on Earth, would stop immediately. Without sunlight, most plants would wither and die within weeks. The great forests and lush jungles would turn into frozen, barren landscapes. This would have a catastrophic domino effect on the food chain. Herbivores would quickly run out of food, and the carnivores that prey on them would soon follow. Larger animals would be the first to go. Humanity's food supply would be in jeopardy. Our massive agricultural systems rely entirely on the sun. Crops would fail instantly. We'd have to rely on whatever food we had stockpiled. Canned goods, preserved foods, and grains would become more valuable than gold. So, how would we humans survive? Our best bet would be to move underground or to places with geothermal energy. Think of Iceland, with its volcanoes and hot springs. Geothermal vents could provide a source of heat and power, creating small oases of warmth in a frozen world. We could potentially build self-sustaining communities around these geothermal sources, or in deep insulated underground bunkers powered by nuclear energy. We could use artificial lighting, like hydroponics and grow lights, to cultivate crops underground and sustain a new subterranean agriculture. It would be a cramped, difficult existence, a far cry from the world we know today. But it wouldn't be impossible for a small fraction of humanity to cling to life. Interestingly, some life would barely notice the sun was gone. I'm talking about the extremophiles, the organisms that live in the deepest parts of the ocean, clustered around hydrothermal vents. These ecosystems don't rely on sunlight at all. They get their energy from the heat and chemicals spewing from the Earth's core, a process called chemosynthesis. For these strange and wonderful creatures, the tube worms, the ghostly fish, the bizarre bacteria, life would go on as it always has, deep beneath the frozen surface of the sea, completely oblivious to the catastrophe that unfolded above. They would continue to thrive for as long as the Earth's core remained hot, which would be billions of years. So, how long could humanity last? For the average person on the surface, survival would be measured in weeks, maybe months, as the cold and starvation set in. Organized societies would crumble as power grids failed and resources dwindled. But for a determined and well-prepared few, it's conceivable that small pockets of humanity could survive for many generations, perhaps even thousands of years, huddled in geothermal oases or nuclear-powered bunkers deep underground. They would become a new kind of human, a species of the dark, forever telling stories of a bygone era when a giant ball of fire hung in the sky and the world was bathed in warmth and light. Our planet, now a rogue ice ball, would continue its journey through the Milky Way. It's a vast, empty galaxy, so the chances of colliding with another star or planet are incredibly small. But over millions of years, it's possible our rogue Earth could be captured by the gravity of another star system. If we were lucky, we might fall into a stable orbit around a new sun. Over eons, the ice could melt, the atmosphere could reform, and perhaps, just perhaps, life could begin anew on the surface of our wandering world. It's a chilling scenario, but it truly highlights how incredibly dependent we are on that single star in our sky. The sun isn't just a light, it's our anchor, our furnace, and the engine of all life. From the moment the darkness falls to the long, cold journey through space, the disappearance of the sun would be the ultimate test of survival. It makes you look up at the sky with a new sense of appreciation, doesn't it? The world we live in is a delicate, beautiful, and incredibly lucky place. Remy signing off. Stay safe and stay curious. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more cosmic what-ifs.